stance, you'll see people do this sometimes. Take a really wide stance, they'll do the two hands, they'll come down, they'll dive the knees to the inside, and they'll be like, bam, shoulder width. Not the case. Okay, quick little video to get people set up into a shoulder width foot stance. That's kind of an ambiguous term. I referenced this briefly in another video. Just want to go into a little bit more explanation. Shoulder width can be ambiguous for people. I'll say shoulder width, and then they'll take a power stance like this, which is probably a little bit wide. And then you can also say shoulder width, and people assume their shoulders are like this wide. So, a more universal way to get people set up: two hands come together, the thumbs touch, and you try to spread the hands as much as you can. You're gonna be working the outside pad of the outside part of the hand. Spread the feet, lower yourself down. Those outside pads should be touching on the inside of the knees, and that's gonna roughly get you to a shoulder width position. This is how I get myself set up, and anyone who doesn't really understand what shoulder width means, that's how I get them set up. So I can take a really wide stance. You'll see people do this sometimes. Take a really wide stance, they'll do the two hands, they'll come down, they'll dive the knees to the inside, and they'll be like, bam, shoulder width. Not the case. Same thing on the inside. Make sure there's some continuity to where the feet and knees are lined up. I can also get my hands inside the knees in a very narrow stance. You want the knees and ankles basically to be lined up. So as you drive those knees out, that should get you, a little bit wide right there, that should get you to your shoulder width position. So make sure there's some continuity to where the knee and ankle relationship is. If you're super wide and you're just collapsing the knees to the inside to meet that two-hand width, have people step themselves into a better position. Same thing with that narrow stance. If you need to, pop people's feet out a little bit wider until as they lower down, the knees are basically staying lined up over the ankles. Shoulder width, foot stance.